Hello, and welcome to Sacred Fools Theater and today's showing of Lovesick. Please take a moment to turn off your cell phones and remember there is no recording of the show of any kind. In case of emergency, there are 2 fire exits, one located behind you back the way you came, and the other stage left. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Gabby, I love you, I love you, I love you. I melt on you like butter on a biscuit. Meow.
Oh, Sophie, you are such a cuddle bug. You taught me how to receive love. You want to do everything with Mommy. But right now, I really have to get off the toilet.
Barbara, I can't believe Sophie's gone. I mean, euthanizing a cat, it's the hardest thing in the world. Thanks for coming over. Having you here, listening to my stories and looking at pictures is really helping to distract me from this agony. You know, you're more than a neighbor. You make me feel like I have family here in Los Angeles. It's funny, you're the same age as my mom and you both love cats.
Well, Gabriella, don't get too comfortable. Eventually, I've got to get back downstairs to Charlie. That cat has such severe separation anxiety. Besides, you know Sophie's in kitty heaven. What? She would hate it there. You know she thought she was a person.
Meow! Excuse me, I'm lost. Why are you all dressed up?
Meow. Meow. I'm a tuxedo cat. Welcome to heaven, darling. Pretty eyes, and I do like your tail. Meow.
Meow! Oh, there seems to be some mistake. I'm gonna go find out where all the people are. I'm so scared of being completely alone. Especially at night. She used to sleep with me.
She wasn't a guard dog. What could she do?
I know, but she made me feel safe. I'm afraid of everything. That's why I live on the 2nd floor and still have a security system.
You must think you're hot shit that someone would climb the 2nd story to get to you.
No, it's nothing like that. It's, I'm a stand-up comic, and what if some dude gets offended by my jokes and hunts me down? To top it off, you planted that tree 20 years ago, and now it's full grown outside my window. You might as well have just installed an elevator.
You're a cuckoo bananas. You watch crime shows like porn. That's why you're so paranoid.
No, I was a scaredy cat way before I ever saw an episode of Forensic Files. The deeper meaning of crime shows for me is I need to know there's justice in the world. When I was 8, I stayed up late with my mom and watched this TV movie, Sybil. Sybil's mom tied her to the piano. It was devastating.
Oh my goodness. No wonder you're so fucked up. I can't even watch that, and I'm 68 years old. No, your mom really should have shut it off. Television really screws up society.
No, don't blame the television.
Hey, I am just the middleman here. I show stories to an electronic box. If I could change my own channels, I would, because Gabby looks mortified. This could destroy her concept of safety and justice. Good luck with her ever believing in God. Yes, Sybil is morphing into 16 different personalities, which could be confusing for an 8-year-old. But hey, that Sally Field chick could go on to win an Emmy, or who knows, Maybe little Gabby could grow up to be a performer, doing her own show, playing at least 16 different characters.
In my mom's defense, in those days there were no worries about content. But she looked at me and my brother like we were adults, thinking we could handle more than we could. Not to mention, I think she was probably totally in shock because she was abused by her own mom. My grandmother, Juanita, she was a bigot from Arkansas. She was afraid of anything or anyone that was different. My mom tried to talk to her about being abused by her uncle, and my grandmother was so insensitive. Marilyn, why would anyone want to touch a little girl who is so ugly? Your father's home. I hope he doesn't try to have sex with me. I don't want any more kids. Now keep your mouth shut. Girls can be a disgrace. Your grandmother was named Juanita? That's a funny name for a white racist. She sounds like a real piece of work. Yeah. Despite having such a harsh role model, my mom is one of the most incredible women I know. She's where I get my heartfelt compassion. She loves cats so much that when her cat Molly had kittens, she wanted to pose with them. I actually have the picture here. It's so cute. Mommy! Oh my God, I've never seen you wear makeup before, and you're wearing that neat dress you made. Oh my God. Why, yes, it's a special occasion. Molly had her kittens. Okay, well hold still everyone. Mom, I'm gonna get the camera. Don't drop any. Barbara, this has to be my favorite picture in the world. Oh gosh. I have this whole other album you haven't even seen yet. Gabriella, I've really got to get back downstairs to Charlie. You know, I can't be your only human contact. Why don't you pull yourself together and go back online, kid? I don't know, maybe I will. You know I'm taking a break. Well, you know, I've really got to get to church in the morning. And I just don't have time to walk down memory lane every day. Good night. Hi, Josh. I've never answered an ad on Craigslist, but based on the picture, I could not resist. I think you have exactly what I'm looking for. My name is Gabriella, and I live off Melrose near the Pinkberry. I'm a very sweet person, and also somewhat attractive by LA standards. I've attached a photo. I'm wondering when you'd be able to meet up. I should tell you I'm going through a very hard time. I just lost my cat Sophie on Thursday because she was very sick. I've never felt more alone and vulnerable. Sophie was so supportive and positive. There is such a void in my life. She was always on my side. She was more like a person. She was like my shadow. Oh, sister I never had. I don't know how I can live without her. I'm attached to photos. Anyway, Josh, I'd like to adopt your cat if you think we're a good match. Is she talkative? Is she a good listener? When can I meet her? Let me know. Gabby. Holy shit, Gabriella. When I said online, I meant dating, not going to find another cat. Priorities, Barbara. First I need to get a cat, and it'll help me figure this out. You do realize you can't recreate Sophie. She was a really special cat. And shouldn't you be asking that Josh fellow, does she bite? Is she sick? Is she pregnant? What is your aversion to meeting a guy anyway? Daddy issues? What? No. I mean, look, okay, so my dad wasn't really around when I was growing up because he was in the military. And when he got back from, oh, wait, I have to show you a picture of him first. Wait, where is he? Oh God. Oh, there he is. Awesome. So cute. But yeah, when he got back from Vietnam, my mom overheard him saying that he had sex with a prostitute. So she divorced him. Your dad banged a hooker in Nam. Well, I don't know, because my dad liked to fabricate stories to entertain and impress people. I mean, he wasn't a bad guy. I think secretly he was just insecure. But you know, my mom divorcing him, that was just like, that was the worst. Anyway, I'm just... Can't remember my fucking line. I'll be back. Anyway, so my dad had such a sunny disposition, and it's surprising given everything he'd been through. And I don't mean just the war. He had a rough childhood too. My grandmother Denise, she was a real trip. Patrick, there you are. Now, Patrick, I know you're not going to be very happy about this, but I need you and your two brothers to join the military. You see, I want to marry Bill, and I know you're only 16, but his only requirement is that all my kids need to be out of the house. Think of all I've been through. I hitchhiked from New Orleans to Bakersfield with you three boys because of your alcoholic father throwing you against the wall. You were just a baby. And then I spent years picking cotton to put table on the food for you boys. Now I've been waitressing since there's blisters on my feet. Thank God I met Bill at the restaurant. He gives me the financial security I need. Now I need you to put your feelings aside for me and wipe away those tears. Who chooses a man over their own children? A love addict, that's who. What the hell is that? I've been meaning to ask you about these books you have laying around. Facing Love Addiction, Lovesick, Crazy Love. Everyone needs love. It doesn't even sound like a real thing. Well, I can see why you would think that, but I lived it. I'm actually a recovering love addict. And love addiction's complicated. It's like not knowing how to have a crush in moderation. It's like when you like someone, there's red hearts bulging from your eyes, even on a first date. Well, that sounds great for a Disney movie, but not in real life. Exactly. Fantasy is a main characteristic. It's like your need for love outweighs your rational judgment. It's like wearing rose-colored glasses 24/7. So when you see red flags, they just look kind of pink. So why don't you just take off the glasses? Well, it's not that simple. I mean, sometimes these behaviors are inherited. Sometimes it has to do with how we're raised. My father's ability to be there for me was greatly affected by his own pain. I mean, his heart was shattered when he was rejected by his mom, my mom, and Vietnam. The only heart he walked away with was the Purple Heart he was awarded. Well, does he have PTSD? Yeah. And it was really confusing because it was especially triggered when my brother or I got injured. Once my dad took me up to the snow and I was sledding down the hill really fast and I crashed into a tree. I blacked out. The next thing I knew, we were back in the car going home. And my dad was yelling at me.
I already told you what happened. Stop repeating yourself and asking questions, Gabby. You have a concussion because you crashed into a tree. I can't take you anywhere for fun without you getting hurt. That's why we had to come home. Son, get your sister.
So let me get this straight. You knocked your head into a tree and your dad was yelling at you? Yeah, and it had a profound effect on me. It gave me the impression that pain was weakness and something that should be hidden. I started suppressing my vulnerability for fear I'd be rejected or attacked. I went through my life feeling like I couldn't go to my dad for comfort. Oh, sorry, it's my phone. Oh my God, it's that guy Josh with the cat! Meow, 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 meow! Wow. So quickly getting another cat after having a cat pass away. Josh. Via my iPhone. What? Who is he, the emotions police? Like, how can you tell someone how to grieve or for how long? I feel like I just got kicked in the stomach. He probably thinks I'm some cruel, heartless woman and cats are just a number to me. I'm sorry, Barbara, but I really need you to go now. Well, glad I'm off the hook. Hi, Josh. I want you to know I come from a long line of cat lovers. I've had cats since I was born. I've had Sophie for 9 years. My house seems so empty without her. The last 2 cats I adopted, it was love at first sight, for both of us. When I was little, my cat's name was Timothy, and my brother's cat was Thomas. For our birthday party, not only did we have birthday hats, but so did our cats. I've attached a photo.
You kids love us. We're a part of the family. Meow. I love my hat. Thomas, your hat's cool too. Meow. Yeah, these hats are cool. But I'm exhausted. I just want to get some sleep. I hate pictures, but anything for these kids. Jeez.
And on top of that, when I was 12, I had a cat with a broken tail. Not from anything I did, of course. He was born that way. Obviously, I don't discriminate against cats with birth defects. His name was Midnight. Yes, he was black. I'm not a racist. I've attached a photo. Midnight hadn't moved in days, so I knew he was dying. I was so devastated, I cut off as much hair as I could with a pair of scissors and put it in an envelope for a keepsake. The crazy thing is, he ended up living. So he had to run around the neighborhood missing patches of hair and got bullied.
Meow. Meow, nice haircut. What'd you do, get in a fight with the lawnmower? Meow. What you talking about, fool? I look like this because G-Dog thought I was dying. She's practicing for when she gets accepted into cosmetology school. Player, I got to go.
Josh, I had given him such high self-esteem, he didn't even seem to mind being picked on. So let me know. Gabby. Gabriella, it's been 3 hours. Are we really gonna go through another photo album? Barbara, this isn't just any photo album. This is the Girls Just Wanna Have Fun album. It's awesome. I was quite the ringleader growing up. This is a picture of me and my bestie, Sherry. Oh my goodness. When I was little, not only did I have tea parties, but I also had cocktail parties. Yeah, I could get my friends to do anything. Okay, Sherry, this is so fun. We're gonna wear my mom's teddies as dresses. And we can wear our sparkly hair ties as cocktail rings. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, Becky, my mom knows I'm wearing blue eyeshadow in 3rd grade. She bought it for my birthday. And if you come over to my house, I can do your makeup too. Yeah, Anna. My mom knows I'm wearing her high heels in 8th grade. And this is her dress I'm wearing. Today, let's walk home from school and sing Donna Summer's Bad Girls. Hey! Mom, I got a blister, I need a Band-Aid! So let me get this straight. Your dad yelled at you for getting injured, but not for walking down the street like a hooker? Barbara, we had no idea the song Bad Girls was about hookers. I mean, I just thought it was about being sassy and confident. Plus, the good thing about having a mom who's depressed and a dad who's stewing in self-pity is you can do whatever you want. Unfortunately, my friend's parents hated me. They thought I was a bad influence. They called me that girl. Is that girl here? Where's that girl's mother? Why is that girl wearing a full face of makeup in 8th grade? Gabriella, it would have killed me if everyone didn't love me. Why wouldn't you just conform? Well, I mean, I think the makeup was a cry for attention. You know, because my parents were so disconnected, I felt invisible. Plus, at that time, the fear and shame that I felt was so bad that I think the makeup was like a mask to hide it. I hated myself. Especially my body. Well, especially my thighs, to be more exact. I actually have a picture of them. See, I always really loved this little romper, but I felt like my thighs were too big for it. Gabriella, all I see is a little cutie pie with big blue eyes. See, you didn't say anything positive about my thighs. Let me guess, your parents criticized your body? No, never. I mean, but the lack of human touch just made me feel unlovable. I was constantly focusing on what could be wrong with me. Well, did they ever give you compliments? Yeah, I mean, my dad told me I was smart, my mom told me I was pretty, but feeling pretty was not an option. Because I was constantly being reminded by her that my grandmother, Juanita, was always calling her ugly. So I just couldn't receive it. So I just binged on food to punish myself. Wow. That's terrible. Did anything make you feel good other than Twinkies? Well, my animals made me feel good. I felt really misunderstood by adults. Except for this one time when I was 16, I was approached by this professional photographer named Ernie. He asked me to model for him. I've never done anything like that. It was really exciting. He was so sweet. He treated me like a daughter. I actually have some of the pictures. Gabriella, these pictures are neat, but for 16, your expression looks awfully provocative. Yes, I agree. But it was so exciting, and I thought for the first time in my life, maybe I am pretty. But then unfortunately, he told me that I'd be more photogenic if I lost 10 pounds. I had no idea how to lose weight. I mean, I could out-eat my brother and my father. Then I saw this after-school special where this girl was throwing up her food. And I was like, oh, that is the answer to all my problems. I could lose weight and exercise my mental demons simultaneously. That was to be the second worst program I ever saw on television. Sorry, television.
Blaming me again? It wasn't a commercial endorsement for bulimia.
I mean, I thought the throwing up would be just temporary to get to my goal weight, but a month turned into 13 years. Sounds like your life was really in the toilet. Well, I mean, that part of my life was a nightmare, but at the same time, I was selected out of 500 applicants for my first job at this new clothing store called Contempo Casuals. That was so cool. I mean, back in those days, I was like, oh gosh, like a combination of Madonna meets Boy George meets Cyndi Lauper. You know I have a photo of that. There I am. Well, where are you? All I see is makeup and bangles. Oh, God, I miss the 80s. Oh, and at the same time, I met my first gay friend, Wes. He also worked in the mall. He took me to my first gay bar, Bojangles, in Sacramento. It was like an hour from my house. In small towns, they don't even card you. Anyway, I was having so much fun with my new social life and working at Contempo that something had to give. So I dropped out of high school. Wait, so you were a total delinquent? Well, I already had the coolest job you could get in Stockton. Why did I need a high school diploma? Plus, I was so busy chasing boys. Oh my gosh, this really cute guy I met at the gay bar in Sacramento named Eddie. So cute. Oh, I even stole my mom's yellow Monte Carlo in the middle of the night to deliver him a dozen red roses on Christmas. But wasn't he gay? Yeah. But you know, I mean, at the time I was reading this book called Love Signs by this famous astrologer from the 70s, Linda Goodman. I mean, that book was like my Bible. See, Eddie was a Taurus just like me. We even had the same birthday, so I knew he was my destiny. Gabriella, that sounds insane. Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, you know, and I hadn't even driven a car. I didn't even have a permit, but I was wearing my best red suit from Contempo. Gabriella, you are out of your mind. Yeah, I know. Well, wait, were you alone? Well, yeah, I mean, I was alone, except for the voice of my grandmother, Janice, and like any good love addict, she was cheering me on.
Gabby, this is so exciting. What an adventure. Yes, Eddie might be gay, but you can change him, because you're adorable in that red suit. Remember to grab the flowers, touch up your lipstick, and powder your nose. Now get out of this car and go knock on that door.
Hi, Eddie. Hi. I know you weren't expecting me, but I got your address out of the phone book. Sorry, it's late, but I got lost. Merry Christmas. I got you these flowers. Thanks, girl. These flowers are nice, but it's late and I gotta get my beauty rest. See you at Bojangles. Drive safe. Oh my God. Hey Mom, I got you some flowers. Gabriella, you were crazy. Barbara, don't forget, I was a love-struck teenager, and we had the same birthday. Well, I don't think even Linda Goodman believes that having the same birthday can make a gay person straight. Well, I was devastated, but I didn't say anything to him because I didn't want to scare him off by coming on too strong. You were devastated. He's the one that had you show up to his house in the middle of the night like a stalker. stalking him. I meant him no harm. I just knew in order to manifest my destiny, I couldn't give up. In addition to reading Linda Goodman's book, I was also reading my dad's Tony Robbins book, Unlimited Power. He says in life you either need inspiration or desperation, and I had them both. Gabriella, I don't think Tony Robbins meant that you could manipulate people into liking you. Love addicts believe you can manipulate people into liking you by saying or doing just the right thing. But in hindsight, I'm humiliated. And what made it worse was hearing my other grandmother, Juanita, all the way home, making me feel like shit with a guilt trip in my mind. Oh.
You're so stupid. You chased Roy in kindergarten, James in first grade, and it never worked out for you. You're lucky that gay boy didn't let you into his house. He would have given you AIDS. I hope you didn't touch his doorknob. Oh, now look what you've done. You're out of gas. You're alone out here on the highway in the middle of nowhere on Christmas, so no one's around except maybe a truck driver. You're gonna get kidnapped, raped, or murdered. How will you get out of this mess?
Grandma, shut up! Get out of my head! Oh my God! Gabby, pull yourself together. Okay. Ah! An empty field! Oh God! Christmas lights. Surely those people must be nice.
It could be a house full of serial killers. And how are you gonna climb that 8-foot chain link brush covered fence in a skirt?
Oh, kidnapped, raped, murdered, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, ouch, ouch, oh God, oh God, this is all gonna be worth it once Eddie realizes he's in love with me. Okay, oh God. Hi, Merry Christmas, your house is so pretty, I like Mr. and Mrs. Claus. It's 1 a.m., may I help you? Oh yeah, sorry, my car ran out of gas, can I use your phone? Wow, oh my God, your decorations are so amazing. Wow, your fireplace is so cozy. The phone is in the kitchen? Yeah, sorry, it's just freezing outside. Did you make all those cookies? Barbara, her kitchen counters were covered with an army of gingerbread men with smiling faces and their arms outstretched just begging to comfort me. And I must say my feelings were hurt. She didn't offer me not one of them. Gabriella, it was midnight on Christmas. Exactly, it was Christmas. But she wasn't totally devoid of the Christmas spirit. She did let me use her phone to call my best friend Wes to bring me some gas. What made you do something so crazy? Hello, haven't you been listening? It's love addiction. I felt like I wasn't enough and had to go to extreme lengths to get love. Plus the euphoria of chasing someone, it's a high like no other. I don't know what I would have done if I actually caught him. Well, whatever happened to that gay fellow, Eddie? Well, he started dating Wes. I mean, how could I be mad they were both gay? Well, you must have really learned your lesson. Nah. Because eventually they broke up. And Eddie called me and asked me to go to San Francisco with him 2.5 years later. I was like, yes, he's finally coming to his senses. Nah. Turns out he just wanted a sidekick to cruise dudes in the Castro district. And the really sad thing, I didn't get my shift covered at work and I got fired from Contempo. Gabriella, that was your favorite job. That must have really fucked your life. Yeah, I was a top sales girl. I'd worked there for 2.5 years. And now I don't have a high school diploma. So what kind of job could I get? I ended up working in some stupid-ass record store, which I hated. Ugh. The only good thing was I could wear whatever I wanted. I even wore a black hefty bag as a dress. You'd have to see it. It was pretty awesome. I'm sure I have one in the kitchen. I'll be right back. It's gonna be worth it. Totally fun. I have to see it. All right. Ta-da! You have to admit, Lady Gaga on a budget? On the outside, I looked confident, but on the inside, the demons were still raging.
Gabby, Gabby, Gabby. Your chasing has always destroyed your life. In 3rd grade, you volunteered to pass out the balls in the gymnasium so you could flirt with the boys. Then you got your toe smashed in the big steel door. All the kids saw you being carried through the courtyard with your big, bloody sock. Ha! And in 5th grade, you manipulated 100 girls to dress up like the Raiderette cheerleaders because Mike Adelano liked the Oakland Raiders. Lame. All those girls got suspended because they look like sluts. Oh, and my personal favorite was when you lied and said you were Mexican so you could get in a gang. But then you're so stupid, you kissed Julio, the gang leader's boyfriend. So they beat you up and you had to leave your junior high.
Gabriella, give that to me. Oh, that voice is so mean. You give the expression white trash a whole new meaning. Yeah. Well, you know what? It just seems like every time I put myself out there, it just didn't work out for me. When I was 19, I was dating this really, he was such a cool guy. He was a singer in a band. He was 25. But I was afraid to sleep with him. So my best friend fucked him, and they threw me away like a piece of garbage. Gabriella, that's horrible. What did you do after they slept together? Well, some girls would have slashed their tires, but neither one of them had cars. So I just ended up suicidal in a mental institution. Well, that must have shocked you into some normalcy. No, 10 days wasn't long enough to fix that level of disparity. When I got out, I vowed to divorce from my eccentric self. I thought it was weird and worthless. I became totally focused on looking rich and thin. You better best believe my bulimia was at an all-time high. I even stole $2,500 of designer clothes from a department store. If I would have gotten caught, I would have gone to jail for grand theft. Well, you're lucky you didn't get caught. You would look like shit in orange. Oh, man. Barbara, I haven't heard from that Josh guy. I'm kind of beating myself up. I probably should never have told him that Sophie just passed away. Gabriella, you haven't even met this cat yet. You don't even know if you guys are compatible. Barbara, she's Siamese. That's exactly what I'm looking for. It's fate. Gabriella, remember that time you were on Match.com? And when you finally saw that guy in person, he was nothing like you thought because he was using his friend's profile? It's a picture, only a picture. I know that's her picture! You're totally bumming me out. Well, I'm gonna go back downstairs to Charlie At least that cat isn't so hard-headed and likes what I have to say. Good night.
Gabby, it seems like you're looking for a loving cat. Gretel can be a bit difficult at times. I think she was abused before I got her. Josh.
Josh? Oh my gosh, why didn't you just say so? I'm in 4 12-step programs. One of them being Al-Anon, so I really know how to take care of cats with issues. I'll be whatever she wants me to be. Before I adopted Sophie, I adopted Meow Meow Kitty, who was totally special needs. There are plenty of people who can attest that I'm a great mom. Barbara, my downstairs neighbor, was Sophie and Meow Meow Kitty's babysitter. Before I would let her watch them, I put her through 3 interviews. So here's the thing, Barbara. Most babysitters just throw down food and bail out. That's not going to happen here. I see from your resume that you are a social worker with autistic children. You must be very patient. Meow Meow Kitty doesn't like you to touch her head, only her tail. Sophie is just the opposite. You might want to write this down in case you get the job. Wow. You also worked as a voiceover actress? Well, that's very important because you must speak to them in their voices. Let me hear you say meow meow in second soprano. Meow 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 meow. Work on it. Josh, you see, I don't take any chances. Barbara took excellent care of them, and I know that because I have a kitty camp. Not only did she feed them and talk to them, but she held them too. Well, not Meow Meow Kitty, she hated to be held. Not from anything I did, of course. She was always like that. I adopted her from this really nice couple in Los Feliz who found her in their backyard. Thanks for coming over, Gabriella. We really need to find this kitty a home. She's still a little underweight, has ringworm, and a big gash in her head. But other than that, she is in perfect health. Gabriella, don't be alarmed. Jenny and I have spent $500 on her, so although she is still pretty banged up, the vet says she'll be new in about a month. We'd really like to keep her, but we really have to find her a home. Yeah, thanks, guys, thanks. Hi, look at you. Oh my gosh, you are so cute. Come here. Come on. Sit right here. Come on. Meow. Meow. My mama didn't make it as an actress. She moved back to Oklahoma. She just threw me out of her car. I don't know where I am or how long I've been on the run. It's been terrifying. Meow. Gabriella, you are really good with her. You really speak her language. You're gonna take her, right? Let me get her carrier. Josh, it turns out she never sat in my lap after the day we met. It seems on a first date, everyone puts their best paw forward. She was quite the scaredy cat. It's been 3 years and she never really recovered. I've attached a photo. Anyway, the last 5 years of Meow Meow Kitty's life was particularly difficult because she wailed at 4 a.m. like she was in heat. I took her to so many crazy vets who couldn't figure it out. I finally sought the help of an animal psychic. Adelaide, thank you so much for coming over here at 4 a.m. But that's the only time she does it. Gabriella. Meow, wah, meow, wah. Adelaide, why is she doing that? Gabriella, she sees ghosts that you can't see. Ghosts!
Oh, it's actually a post-trauma coyote incident from the French Revolution. Meow, wah, meow. Josh, it was helpful to learn about Meow Meow Kitty's past life trauma in the French Revolution and to know that it wasn't my fault. But it had me questioning whether she could even understand me, because I don't speak French. I'm thankful that Adelaide helped me, but it didn't get any easier because she still kept wailing. I still didn't get rid of her, Josh, because I'm loyal. If that doesn't satisfy you, my mom had a cat with cerebral palsy. I've attached a photo. This kitty couldn't stand up for more than a second. The fact that my mom had carpet was awesome because it gave her traction, and when she fell, she didn't get hurt. Plus, get this, my mom made a stall out of shoe boxes, so when she ate, she wouldn't tip over. The vets told my mom to put her to sleep, but my mom wouldn't until she prayed about it. God, if you want me to put this cat to sleep, then give me a sign. Meow! Meow! Oh my God, Mom! She just meowed. She's never spoken before. She wants to live! I gotta tell you, Mom, when you told me about her, I was afraid when I met her I'd be really depressed and sad. But you know what? She just gives me so much joy. I mean, she falls down, she gets back up, she falls down, she gets back up. She is such an inspiration. I could sit and watch her for hours. Meow, I got this. Meow, I got this. Meow. Barbara. Josh told me his cat is special needs. So I told him about Meow Meow Kitty and my mom's cat. I even told him about my first girlfriend, Maureen. She was totally special needs. Wait a second, girlfriend? So you're bisexual? Well, I mean, you know, I don't really want to be put into a box. I never played for both teams simultaneously. I was exclusively playing softball for 13 years. Wait, what? How long were you with this Maureen chick? I can't believe you tell me everything, including your thighs at 7. But not diving for bush? Gross. It's called bush diving. And I was with Maureen for 5.5 months. Well, that must have been your longest relationship. No, remember there was David. That was like close to a year. Gabriella, he never even took you on a date. No, but he would spend hours on the phone with me. I mean, you know, I knew he was my future husband because David had a light blue car. And the guy on my vision board had a light blue car. I couldn't let go. Well, this is crazy talk, but let's get back to you having a girlfriend. Well, Maureen wasn't the first girl I ever liked. The first girl I had a crush on was my best friend Carol when I was 16. It was after Eddie's love was unrequited. You know, because if you can't beat them, join them. Well, in your case, if you can't beat them off, join them. Well, join them I did. In my lifetime, I've kissed about 38 girls. Well, it sounds like you gave it a good college try. A really good college try. Well, there was the all-girls spin the bottle party that really hiked the number up. Oh, yes, I remember playing that when I was younger. This was no ordinary spin the bottle party. This was an X-rated spin the bottle party, which ended with me and a girl from New Zealand leg locked. And it's true what they say about girls from New Zealand, they really do know how to go down under. Well, it sounds like you had a ball. And some vagina. Well, that's the mindfuck. Because, see, I was having a lot of sex, but I wasn't always enjoying it. I was just doing it because I thought it would lead to love.
My fear of abandonment was so strong, I had a hard time setting boundaries. I even once had a three-way, but it was miserable because I was only attracted to one of the people. One of my craziest adventures, I met this girl, her name was Carla. I met her at this bar, and she was from Colombia. She told me she was a singer. Singer! And she had these big brown eyes, long, beautiful hair. Oh my gosh. It was quite an experience, because I brought her home. Oh my God, Carla, that is a huge joint. So what kind of music do you sing? Gabriella, it's hard to describe in words. You just have to hear it. Well, it sounds like you're really good at expressing your feelings. You do not like it? No, I mean, I think it's really, poetic. Gabriella, I brought something special just for you. I will be right back. Uno momento. Oh my God! Carla? Should I sign a consent form before you transition to the Tyrone? You do not like it? Well, it's really, poetic. You American girls are so stupid! Gabriella. Oh my goodness. Well, I heard, once you go black, you never go back. No, it wasn't the color of the strap-on that was the issue. I mean, trust me, I've walked on the dark side. But I would have just hoped there would have been some kind of warning. Don't you mean a heads up? So I'm so confused. Oh my goodness. You stalked a gay guy. You obsessed on a guy because he had a light blue car. You spun bottles for ladies, had a strappy girl from a bar. What was your exact relationship history? Well, like Maureen, there were other people where the feeling was mutual, but they didn't last long. And like David, there were other people that I was obsessed with for like years at a time. And I mean, I didn't even so much as look at another person at the time. And, oh God. Then there was like, I had sex with most people because I was afraid they would yell at me. Well, why would they yell at you? I think it was because my dad was abnormally angry. I thought all men were. It was like I had PTSD from his PTSD. Then there was the guys I had on a pedestal. I was trying to suck the creativity, power, and success out of them, if you know what I mean. But they didn't like me either, which is stupid because I was really good at it. No, I mean like bulimics. You don't have to worry about the gag reflex. And then there was the pity blowjobs. Those were for the guys I didn't like. But I felt bad because I gave them an erection and I thought I was responsible for taking care of it. They don't teach you in sex education that guys are not going to die from having a hard-on. Anyway. Gabriella, this is just insane. I mean, my goodness. It sounds like you really were a people pleaser. Hey, I learned from my mom how to suck up my feelings not to hurt theirs. Check it out. My mom later remarried my father because my grandmother Juanita told her that no one would ever love her and that she was a bad mother. So even though she felt betrayed by him, she remarried him for the sake of her children. He would come home and put his arms around her, and she would just stand there with her arms to her sides. So I got the impression that someone needing you, especially a man, was gross. So I learned to disconnect with what love is. Gabriella, I cannot believe I almost encouraged you to go back into online dating. I was almost responsible for wreaking havoc on innocent strangers' lives. Duh, why do you think I'm so much more comfortable with animals? Speaking of, what's up with Josh? I mean, this is getting ridiculous. Gabriella, maybe this is a sign you should take a break. I mean, maybe the last thing you need is a special needs cat. You really need a break. Break? I don't need a break. I just need to make him understand. Can you give me some space? Gladly. Hey, Josh. I'm getting concerned because I haven't heard from you. I hope you're okay, and I just want to clarify a couple of things. First of all, I have plenty of friends. Yes, I'm a single mom, but not for long. I have profiles on Match.com, eHarmony, Plenty of Fish, and OkCupid. And although I've been on a break, I will totally get back out there for the sake of Gretel. I've been on 67 online dates in the past, and although they haven't worked out, it's not anything I said or did, of course. If only you met these dudes, and these were first dates. Gabriella, you said you weren't very hungry and I only ordered one dish. Now you're eating it all. Gabriella, I know this might be a little early, but I should probably tell you that I don't have a colon. Please don't freak out, because I know that if we break up, you don't want to be left holding the bag. Hey, Gab, bet you were really hot when you were younger. Be right back. You see, Josh, I am selective, and I'm not just going to pick any man to be your cat dad. I don't mean to brag, but I've dated a couple of doctors. One of the doctors told me I was the only one. Well, I wasn't. Obviously, your cat would be kept indoors. Another doctor told me on the phone he was only interested in tying me up and blindfolding me when we had sex. He was into S&M. I was so fed up at this point that I actually considered it. I figured, hey, he's a doctor. At least if he hurts me, he'll be able to fix me. I dated a guy who told me on a crystal meth bender he cut off a woman's finger to steal her ring. Well, I did the right thing before I slept with him again. I took off my necklace. There is no cancer in my family and I have an excellent credit score. Obviously, I'm stable. I'm not gonna lie, I will change her name. I mean, who names their Siamese cat Gretel? What do you think, you're in some kind of fairy tale? This is real life, son. I'm sure you're thinking, why did I name my cat Meow Meow Kitty? Well, it just suited her. I would change Gretel's name to something exotic like Margot, but is that exotic enough? I mean, I like Madeline, but then everyone would start calling her Maddie. That would just be annoying. I'd love to name her Rachel, but Siamese originated in Thailand, so she's probably not Jewish. I don't know. It's a really big decision. I'm sure I'll know once I meet her. Let me know. Gabby.
Gabby, sorry for the delay. Gretel can be hot or cold. I get the impression you're looking for a cat/companion that will love you off the bat. She takes a while to warm up too. Josh.
Hey, Josh. Sounds like maybe it's you. Maybe she doesn't like you. Maybe you're the one who's hot and cold. You're the one giving her up. Way to go, Ace. Plus, I'm the one that's gonna have to deal with her abandonment issues. Don't worry, I'm up to the task. There are many times I thought of suicide, but I just cannot stand the thought of abandoning my babies. I lived against my own will for them. I've been through more trauma than most could stand, but I did not discard my beloved felines. What if I get suicidal again? Is that the kind of responsibility you want on your shoulders, Josh? Besides, I have dark hair and blue eyes just like your cat. I've attached a photo. You can't deny we look related. Why don't you let me meet your cat? Let her decide. Let me know. Gabby. Gabriella, you need to meet a person. Weren't you the one that was saying I was in a corrupt online dating community? Well, a special kind of person. I mean, you don't want to end up like me, 68 and never married. What is your aversion to dating a guy? Or anyone for that matter? Well, I mean, you know, I'm taking a break. I just really need to get a cat right now, you know? Gabriella, I really think you need to get over your fear of people. I'm not afraid of people. It's more that I'm afraid of my inability to set boundaries. 2 years ago, I had lost my writing job and I couldn't find another one. I was totally freaked out. So I started taking Prozac. Anyway, it gave me the worst insomnia. I hadn't slept in 5 days. And I was at this event and this writer colleague that I barely knew, I told him about it and I told him it was about the Prozac and his eyes totally lit up. He said he had a solution to my sleeplessness. So I invited him to my house. He brought marijuana and a bottle of $2 Chuck. I don't drink wine or smoke pot, but I was desperate. So I gave in and had both. It led to the scariest experience of my life. That was my bottom. I couldn't deny that I needed help. I was so mad at myself, even though I'd never mixed substances before. I mean, I invited him to my home and consented to being chemically altered. I mean, I rendered myself like a corpse. It's like I roofied myself. Gabriella, it sounds like you're blaming yourself. Well, I was, but not anymore. I mean, I know that guy was a predator. It's crazy. But you think it's the guy that climbs in the window, but that's not how it happens most of the time. Yeah, right? This guy was climbing in the window of opportunity. He was a wolf in sheep's clothing. He had dimples and wore Converse. He knew exactly what he was doing. His eyes lit up when I said it wasn't Prozac. Well, did you report the rape? No, it would be so hard to prove. I mean, I invited him into my home. Plus, I didn't want to be that girl that got date raped. I didn't want to lose my identity in my industry. I'd worked so hard for my reputation. But Gabriella, you said no. Yeah, but only a few times. Yes, but when no is said, it's said. You're allowed to change your mind. Next thing I know, you're going to show me a photo of that creep. No, I don't have a photo. Trust me, that's a face I'd like to forget. I don't know. Maybe this is all just because I'm a Taurus. You know, the bull of the zodiac. So when I saw red flags, I just ran towards them. Or not. Yeah. Now you can see why I'm so much more comfortable with animals. Gabriella, I really hate to leave you alone like this, but it sounds like you're really good at loving yourself. Yeah, I am good at loving myself. I mean, I took a 2-year hiatus. I didn't flirt with anyone. I haven't done anything with anybody, not even think about anyone. And I got into a support group, and I got a spiritual mentor, and oh my gosh, what else? Oh, I did over 100 stand-up shows that year. It's like I started pursuing my creativity the way I was pursuing people. I was doing yoga. It was just anything self-care related. That's what I did. Let me guess, you started holding your own hand. Yeah, right. Well, I'd really hate to leave you alone like this, but like I said, you sound really good at loving yourself. And I've really got to get back downstairs to Charlie. Well, I'm not going to be alone for long. I mean, it's only a matter of time before I hear from Josh and Gretel's here.
Gabby, the cat has been adopted.
What? No! No, John! Why? Why? She was gonna be my baby! Oh my god, you are such a dick! I fucking hate you, John! Fuck! 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 She was gonna be my baby! Fuck you, John! Oh, God. Oh, I should have never told him I was gonna change her name. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, what am I gonna do now? Oh, no. Fuck. Oh. Oh. Well, Josh, why don't you just give me the phone number of the people you gave her to? Just in case it doesn't work out. Let me know. Gabby. Gabby? Gabby, when I heard about you, I was so excited to meet you too. Josh just doesn't understand me. He gave me to this woman named Samantha. She takes me for rides on her shoulder, but I'm afraid of heights. I scratch her and she still does it. But I'm not going down without a fight. No, I'm not. Every time she opens the door, I make a run for it. I heard you live off Melrose near the Pinkberry.
Gabriella, snap out of it. Aren't you glad you came to church with me? I mean, there are other cats in the world. If you stay this catatonic, you're going to end up back in the funny farm. Wasn't the sermon good? You know,
I really like these cookies. What's that smell? It smells like incense or something. Hey, maybe it's me. I don't know, is it? Gabriella, did you just put your nose in that young man's neck? I'm sorry, sir, it's her first time here. Barbara, it is him. He smells like an aphrodisiac. My name's Tony, what's yours? Gabriella, you look familiar. Have I seen you somewhere? What do you do? I'm a stand-up comic. I love stand-up comedy. I'd love to see one of your shows. Okay. Here's my card. It only has my Facebook on it because I don't want to get stalked. Oh, cute picture. All right, well, I look forward to it. Gabriella, you just met your husband. What? That guy couldn't be more than 28 years old, and he's awfully happy. That's gonna get old really quick. I don't think so. Well, you're so silly. I think we should go out and celebrate. Let's go have lunch at El Pollo Loco.
So Tony's last name is Castaneda. He must be Latino. Oh God, he has tattoos. He probably doesn't have a job. What? He works as a life coach as an interventionist? Oh, he could be a 12-stepper. Oh, he's kissing a guy's cheek. He must be gay. So Barbara, oh my God, this afternoon after I got some sleep, he and I talked on the phone for hours. And you're not gonna believe this? He's not gay! That was his 18-year-old son's cheek he was kissing. I'm gonna be a stepmom! It's so amazing. Oh my gosh, and you're not gonna believe what else? He's a singer. Like a real one. You have to hear his music. It's so 80s. I love it. It's 80s, yeah. Gabriella, give that to me. You're getting carried away. What? This is all your fault anyway. You're the one who said I was gonna marry him, and you took me to that dumb, stupid church. Well, I'm scared. How do we know if this is real or if this is addiction? Because he likes me too. He likes me too. He called me. That's how. Oh. And the best part of it, he's not as normal as I thought. He used to be a homeless alcoholic and a junkie. And he turned his life around. And I don't know, but maybe he's worked the 12 steps. If he has, between the two of us, we'll have worked 56 steps. We can save the world. He's perfect. Now all we need is a cat. Meow, Gretel here. So I made it to Gabby's house. Samantha left the window cracked and I bolted. Tony and Gabby have been going strong for 6 years. wanted Tony. Well, 2 of them. Yeah. He laughs at all of her jokes, and she dances to all of his songs. But I think what they love most is me. Meow.
Gretel!
Coming!
Thank you so much for coming, you guys. And I'd like to give an applause for my stage manager, who, as you know, this is my last show, and she's just been absolutely phenomenal. And I'm so grateful to her. And there's a show directly after this, so if you guys will make your way to the sidewalk, I'll be out there shortly as soon as I break down the set. And if you enjoyed the show, please leave a review. That's how we're able to keep doing this. Is, you know, people hear about it and they come and they hopefully like it. Okay, thank you.